Hello everybody and welcome to Kusogrande, the bad video game tournament. I am Brosentia, just about to go live on, telling Blue Sky that, yo, I'm Streambo. Hello there. Hello Mexel. Hello Linkura, and welcome to the rare weekday matches. Yum yum yum, gonna eat some matches. Oh, those aren't edible you say? Just watch me. If I don't die, it means that it's edible? Means it's something. I don't know. Yeah, hope y'all are doing well. I've been doing pretty dang good. Been doing way too much mugenics. Oh my gosh. I have so many cats. I have so many freaking cats, and I don't want to get rid of any of them. And now we learn about what happens if there is overpopulation. The kitties must die, and I am so sad. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun, but holy guacamole. Oh, I gotta know, the cats, no, Polk, why would you dump more cats in the chat? No. BK, you say I can eat anything once. Can I eat a black hole? No. They're big. They're so big. Literally impossible for me to eat one. But I get what you're saying. Yeah, most things you can eat once. Yeah, you try to eat the black hole eats you. It also stretches your face kind of weird. And also you explode and get compressed and like inverted. You become like you remember the episode of The Simpsons where they had the inside out gas come through and they turned inside out and then did a little dance? Or is it just me? Did I dream that episode up? It's very possible. Oh my gosh, Redumiford, someone hit you with the Rock of Sleep? Oh, I like that. I need one of those. Oh no, you just reminded me. Back when I was a little Mormon kid, in church, they had us make prayer rocks, okay? And they were rocks that you were supposed to, like they said, you put this little prayer rock on your bed, and we had it painted, and I think I had the words prayer rock on it or something like that. And they're like, you put it on your bed so that when you lay down, you know, and if you haven't prayed, then you'll be like, oh, there's a rock here. And then, you know, and then you'll remember that you got to pray. And me, as a stupid kid, hey, Kessinger, thank you for the raid. 77, very nice. Good to have you here for so long. Anyways, so I had this prayer rock as a kid, right? And I'm like, I need to test to make sure that this rock works, okay? Because I'm not just going to trust a rock. It's just a rock with some paint on it. So I went, put the rock on my pillow, sat in my bed, and as hard as I could, I whacked my head back against it. And it hurt. Kids are dumb, by the way. Kids are very dumb. And I was like, yeah, that prayer rock sure works. Anyways, I never used the prayer rock again. Did it make me pray? I don't think so. No, I just left it somewhere else. That might explain Kusogrande, you know? Now that I'm not Mormon, maybe I need a prayer rock. Oh, Beelzebub, I prayed so hard after that. Makes sense. Absolutely. But yeah, good to have everybody here. Hopefully you're all doing well, and I am super excited because we've got 2 matches today. That's it. Yeah. I didn't sleep too well last night, so I've been a little tired today. I tried to get a little bit of a nap, didn't really fall asleep, but I laid in bed for a while, so I'm a little more awake, I think. Crappy, are you more? Oh my gosh, your eyes are half closed. How about you go and pray real quick, huh, Crappy? Go. That was not the right video there. Wait, let's go back. We're gonna redo this, okay? Nobody saw what that was, right? We're redoing that. We're redoing that. Crappy, take us away. Oh, look, it's Pink Panther. Oh, my God. Or gosh, sorry. If I say God too many times, they're going to make me use the prayer rock. You know what? We've got a wonderful GM here. You actually saw them recently. Say hello to our dear GM, Buster Curry. Welcome them on in. Come on in. Come on in. Ow, ooh, ee, ooh, ah, ooh, ee, ooh, ah. Oh, Buster.
Hi.
I totally didn't spoil the game, I promise.
No, it's fine. Nobody saw it.
I gotta do it at least once or twice each tournament, you know?
Yeah, I like how Pink Panther was the actual game, because that was the last thing we gave out.
Yeah, it was. And that's usually how I try to set everything up, so that it's the last game that we gave out that shows up on the screen. And I prepared so much today, and then, yeah. Anyways, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Well, good.
Got a fun game for us today, I think.
Yeah. I mean, would you say it's an odd choice?
Yeah, I'd say it's a fairly odd choice.
What? Oh my God. I mean, gosh.
Because we got Fairly Odd Parents breaking the rules on GBA.
Yeah, breaking the rules. Well, everybody, the players better not break the rules, because if so, they are disqualified. They're going to have 1 hour to try to get through as much of this game as possible, and whoever does will take first place in all those sweet, delicious 10 points. Nom nom nom. You can eat them up just like matches. Yeah, whoever comes in last gets 4 points. Oh, so sad. I'm crying. Oh, for real. Okay, these are real tears of crying. Anyways. Wow, it's really early to be unhinged, but you know what? We're gonna roll with that.
It's pretty late in the day. It's unhinged time.
Yeah, it's unhinged time. Everybody, get those hinges out of your mouth, okay?
Stop licking the hinges.
Ew.
I can see them.
Yeah, hinges are not edible, like matches.
Just like matches.
Well, no,
I think you could eat
opposite.
a match better than you could eat a hinge.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's the opposite of a match. A hinge, you could. Matches are smaller, so you can probably eat them. Let's just go ahead and get to the game. Fairly Odd Parents, we've got Dragon Lord Carter, Dragus Cloud, itching for new games, and Polterghost. I almost said Poltergeist, which would be the correct name. Hey, good to see everybody here. Let me see, because I'm not hearing any audio from Dragon Lord Carter.
I think there should be audio on this screen too. It should play some menu music. A nice GBA rendition of the theme song.
Yas. Yeah, it should. And if not, you're gonna be in trouble. I'm gonna come and kick your butt. Actually, I guess that not everybody has to listen to it. If Dragon Lord Carter's music does not turn on, then I will swap over to another player, because I do see the audio levels going up and down and left and right.
Interesting.
Yeah, Dragon Lord Carter just is not responding, so let's listen to player 2. Here you go.
Yeah, there we go. There's that nice bass.
Ooh, yeah, it's like Seinfeld. Just like Seinfeld. This is, yeah, Fairly Odd Parents is basically Seinfeld, from what I understand.
It's about as
hinged,
mean to its characters.
Okay.
Like, I don't know, we haven't seen a ton of Seinfeld, but we watched enough Fairly Odd Parents to dislike it. They're Fairly Odd Parents, not Seinfeld.
Oh, gotcha. I've never seen Fairly Odd Parents. I don't think I've ever seen an episode all the way through. I was told that I don't really need to because the creator is dumb.
Yeah, basically. Like, it's a whatever show. Like, the golden era of Fairly Odd Parents and the golden era of SpongeBob are a huge gap in quality.
Yeah. Oh, they do both have a Cosmo. That's true. Okay.
There are many Cosmos.
And we live in the Cosmos.
We live in the Cosmos.
We live in the Cosmos, not the Cosmo. If we lived in a Cosmo, that would be a very, very different worldview than I would have had before.
I would not want to live in a Cosmo. I don't know. Cosmo and Wanda, I don't think they have their stuff together. Slowly driven insane by the menu music.
It's not that bad. It's just a 8-second loop. Like, that's pretty cool. That's legit.
You don't need long loops. Like,
yeah.
Cut that out. That saves so much space. Just make 5 seconds of music.
Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, ba-dum, bum. Good to see a few of you over at YouTube as well. I love that we have some of you these days. You know, it's an odd day to be having our regular streams, so any of you showing up is very much welcome. Of course, we will have some matches this coming weekend as well. And tomorrow, I'm going to see how I'm feeling. I usually, historically, we've done hangouts with some of the GMs on Thursdays. It ends up being a private thing, so I'm probably going to try to do that tomorrow. For all you GMs listening, if you're not a GM, you're still cool. But we have a chance to review certain submissions and stuff. Okay. Well, I'm ready. Let me see if the players are set. Because if so, we can get rolling.
Yeah, I'm excited to start breaking the rules.
Yeah, so what would be some good emotes for chat to spam?
I guess like magic stuff, wands, crowns, little crowny things.
Yeah.
And how about some guns too?
Ooh, guns, wands, all of that. Go ahead and spam your emotes from any channel is completely fine. We're doing the countdown now. Best of luck to the players, and our countdown has begun. As soon as I see movement in the stage, I will start our timer. And yes, Twitch did change the rules so we can dual stream to YouTube. Thank you so much for doing that, Twitch. Bar Pig. Wait, they're anti-fairies?
Bart Pig works. Yeah, there's anti-fairies for some reason. Like, there's fairies, there's anti-fairies.
I mean, for every fairy, there has to be at least one anti-fairy, right?
I guess. I don't know if the show ever really considered what it meant by that. Like, what an anti-fairy really is besides, like, an evil fairy.
Oh, I talked to my dear anti-fairy the other day. Nope.
So this game's really interesting to us, mostly because it's a Contra-like.
Yeah, we did tell the players that they are allowed to map turbo. This is something that we always allow on Kusogrande. However, they should be playing on hard difficulty, right?
Yeah, I think they all chose hard. I think hard mostly changes how many lives you start with. But the confusing thing, like, this is one of those games that's mostly an why did you do this to us? Because, like, it's not the worst game out there, but it's weird to look at it properly, like Fairly Odd Parents, and your mind immediately goes to, oh, Contra-like.
Yeah, honestly, that would be a huge surprise. And Chad was saying that this game actually looks pretty good. And as we've seen many times in Kusogrande, good looks does not a good game make. With that said, it is still round one. And because of that, the game's aren't always better in round one, but they tend to be much kinder, or at least GMs are like, I'm saving my true utter crap for later.
We kind of just want something a little less mean after Pink Panther. After everybody got stuck on level 2 of Pink Panther, it was like, how about something nice today?
I love it.
I don't really see... People are collecting coins. I haven't seen anybody use... Oh, wait. Itching's using one. Yeah, you can,
I've seen that a couple times for Itching, at least.
Yeah, you can call out one of the fairies to just start shooting for you. I think that's all the coins are good for, so it's definitely something you want to be taking advantage of as much as possible. I think they also use it for the grenade, but like having a special that you can have going constantly is always a plus in a game like this.
Oh yeah. Ooh. So, how much health do you have in this game? Do you have any health, or is it one hit you die?
It is one hit kills. You'll see the crown icon at the top is how many lives a player has.
Okay.
So you start with 5, but especially on hard, it is easy to run out of lives pretty quick.
But it's hard. How can something be easy if it's hard? Oh, it's easy to die. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing that's easy on hard is the dying. This level lets you go up and down between the sewers and the top. I don't know if it actually matters. They're about the same.
Yeah, I do like when games have multiple paths, because, you know, it does take a little bit more design work, but it gives players options and sort of like the feeling that, you know, if something is feeling a little bit too hard for them, they can go the other way. Okay, Itching gets a password.
Well, Polter skipped right through their password.
Well, Polter has not taken... Polter has 5 lives. I think that Polter at least is feeling pretty ambitious, but it's possible that Polter skipped so fast that they didn't even see the password. I don't know.
Yeah, someone compared this to Alien Hominid. I think that's a good, like, comparison point for, that kind of shmup revival that was happening at the time, because this wasn't too long from when Contra 4 came out.
Yeah, this was about a year after Alien Hominid as well. This was 2003. So, very possible that, like, you know, people had seen some of the success of the cartoony nature of Alien Hominid and was like, you know, this could work out pretty well if we keep it, you know, with the same vibe. Or maybe Alien Hominid watched, you know, the makers of that watched Fairly Odd Parents and were like, let's make a shooting game. you never know.
I would love it to know if Alien Hominid was inspired by Fairly Odd Parents in any way.
Absolutely not.
Oh yeah, Itching has the other special, which is Cosmo turns into an orbital laser and just destroys everything.
Uh-oh.
Again, it's just like, I get it. I get why you would pick an orbital cannon, but it's a bit weird. I think the disappointment to us playing this is that there's not more weird stuff they can turn into.
Okay.
It's one of the things on the show is they're always turning into stuff.
Like what?
I guess.
Oh, like the satellite there? Okay.
Yeah. Like, they turn into that. They hide as Timmy's fish a lot. I guess we wanted to see, like, a Cosmo tank or something.
I was going to say I could turn into a tank, but I can't. Yeah, for better or for worse. So, I know nothing about the show other than there's this kid who has odd parents who might be fairies. Are both of the parents fairies?
Well, they're not really his parents. They're like fairy godparents. His actual parents aren't very good. They are both fairies, though.
Okay,
like,
gotcha.
So in the lore of the show, like, any kid who is a kid can just have fairy godparents. I guess it's just like, if your life sucks enough, you get them.
Oh, interesting.
But-
That's almost like I was just thinking like Matilda. You get superpowers if your parents suck.
Basically.
Yeah.
Like, there's something about, like, once they become an adult, they lose the fairies.
Okay.
If you ever want something weird, the live-action movies are pretty weird.
There are
because-
live-action movies? What?
Yeah, they made 3 live-action movies, like, straight to TV, and the plot is, like, Timmy doesn't want to lose his fairy godparents, so he's just been in 4th grade this whole time, even though he's, like, 20.
Okay. I mean, those are harsh rules. You get too old and you gotta lose your fairies. Peter Pan didn't want to grow up. Why should Timmy?
Yeah. Like, the first episode of the show is like he wishes to be an adult, and immediately it's like, well, you got yourself in a trap, because unless you become a kid, we can't help you out of this. It's like, it's kind of screwed up that you can just end up in a trap.
I mean, come on. Like, genies do that all the time. Of course fairies can do that.
Yeah, but the fairies are supposed to be helpful.
Yeah.
Why
have you read any, like, folklore, historical accounts of fairies? Fairies are tricksters. Them's the rules. Fairies are always going to mess stuff up.
Yeah, it's true. It's just... For how much emphasis the show puts on the rules, it's weird that there's not a rule like, hey, you can't wish yourself into an adult.
Yeah, that would have been smart. With that said, you know, these players are off to a really quick start. Now, the progress in this game is pretty dang linear. I think everybody watching will see that pretty soon, you know. 3 of our 4 players are on the 2nd level. A lot of using the satellite in order to do a blast from space. Polterghost currently on an elevator section. And
Yeah,
what... Oh, yeah?
I think Polterghost actually made it to the 3rd level, this elevator auto-scroller.
Gotcha. Now, one thing that I would be trying to figure out in this game is if there is a way to lock the direction that you're shooting, because right now it seems like you have to be pressing in the direction. If I could press upright and then like hold a shoulder button in order to keep facing that way while I strafed, that would be an extremely handy feature. Do you know if there's anything like that?
There isn't. That would be very helpful, but I don't think there's anything like that.
Dang.
I think you really just have to push and shoot.
Now, we do have multiple referees who are helping to track this match. The referees for this match are M. Sparkly is actually looking at the tracking sheet this time. Thank you, Sparkly. Harp Griffin is fairly odd themselves. Yeah, ain't we all, huh? Blasphemous wishes he'd watched Nickelodeon as a kid. Was this Nickelodeon?
It is Nickelodeon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, somehow I missed it. And then Redford wishes for 10 blessed potions of water. I will give you 10 blessed potions of water in exchange for $1 billion.
That seems a little pricey.
Well, that's what the prize master demands.
I guess that's what we need then.
Yeah, if y'all... Oh my gosh, I'm just remembering a video. If y'all want a fever dream, there's a video on YouTube, I think called The Price Master, and the short version is a great compilation, but the full version was like some 30 or 45 minute video of this, like, it looked like a yard sale, and people would come up and ask how much an item was, and they're like, let's ask the price master, and there's this creepy guy standing in the back with the microphone, and they're like, price master, how much is this? And he's like, $1,000. And like just giving absolutely ludicrous prices for like a fork, you know.
That sounds about right.
It's It's hilarious. Highly recommended to watch The Prize Master if you haven't. Yeah, Burst Error has it right in chat, and like the microphone just peaked the entire time. It was so good.
Oh yeah, definitely. Polter's doing really good. Polter is on the 4th level, which I think is like the last one of the first world.
Honestly, not too much for surprise. Polterghost has won Kusogrande before, and I believe came in second one year. Polterghost has done absolutely fantastic in years past, so I'm not too surprised to see that they're just kicking butt, kind of, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, also huge shout out to Polterghost earlier. One of our players had to drop and Polterghost was willing to step in, so that was extremely helpful. I'm really glad that we were able to do that. Dragon Lord Carter has a password. I almost said a potion. Passwords are like potions for your saves. Save potions, yeah.
Basically, yeah.
I suppose.
They're potions that save your life. Or your game.
Yeah, and they're also edible, just like a lot of other things we have discussed today. Just nom nom nom.
Can you eat a password? I guess if you write it down first.
Write it down, then
paper.
eat it up. Oh, geez, I remember when I was a teen, like, there's some weird fad that, like, if you were edgy, you'd eat paper.
I think...
I don't know. I ate
that
some
was just
paper.
a thing, like, kids would do. Is just eat things.
I mean,
that
I
shouldn't
ate
be
grass,
eaten.
too.
Who doesn't eat a little grass? A little paper?
Like the roots of grass actually tasted pretty good. But now that I'm an adult, I think that's extremely gross. Don't do it, y'all.
There's some grass you can eat, but like, look it up first. Don't just steal things and throw them in your mouth.
See, but I like to see how things taste.
Like, you could do that, but you should just like pick things up off the ground and throw them in.
Well, yeah. Unless you... I was gonna say, unless you know the ground's really clean, but in that case, it's like, you know way too much about the ground.
Yeah. No ground is that clean. Unless there's been, like, just mopped.
Wow,
Like, the theoretical clean it so I could eat off it.
Yeah. Guinea Prince in chat is saying that in 5th grade, their classmates offered to pay $1 to eat a piece of paper. They did it, and the classmates never paid? How dare they?
I was reading the story. Those classmates were jerks.
Yeah, they're jerks. Okay, you should tell them that. They're jerks.
Hey, I know we haven't spoken since 5th grade, but you're a jerk.
Yeah, at least that's what this really nerdy guy said. Taking a look at this game, by the way, this was made by Helix. They were the developers of various Disney games for GBA, like The Incredibles, Disney Pixar's Cars. I do see one of the Jimmy Neutron games, Jet Fusion. Did we have that game? No, I think we had a different Jimmy Neutron game.
Yeah, I think it was the movie game.
Yeah, you're right.
We played the GBA Incredibles. It's okay. It's a solid C tier beat 'em up.
Oh, and oh, I do not know this Scooby-Doo game. Okay, they made a Scooby-Doo game for GBA that I don't know. That looks horrifying.
I feel like I have to check out the rest of their library.
Yeah, like that. Well, it looks like an isometric game that reminds me a lot of a Jurassic Park game that I saw years ago, which, I don't know, when Scooby-Doo reminds you of Jurassic Park, that's usually not a good sign.
Yeah.
Oh, Polterghost is on a train.
There aren't a lot of good Jurassic Park games either.
What do you mean? They're all good. I played the Super Nintendo the most. The elevator music in that game is top-notch.
I don't think I know that one.
I rented it multiple times as a kid. I don't know if I thought it was good, but I liked playing it.
Like, that means a lot. Like, we liked the Lost World game as a kid because you got to play as one of the dinosaurs.
Rah! Who doesn't want to play as a dinosaur? I mean, that's sort of why I bought Godzilla 2 when I was a kid. And then I found out you played as the humans. That was like the worst. Yeah, it was not only that, but it was a tactical game. Not only that, but it was a tactical game that mostly relied on random slots. Like, it's bad. Do not play that game.
Oof. Godzilla 2.
And then you talk to Dr. Dickens and she just says, I can't help you.
Is that the one where we got go ahead and destroy the financial district Godzilla?
I don't think so.
I only know that. I only know that of any Godzilla game is that screenshot. Go ahead and destroy the financial district.
I believe
make
that
the people
one's on
happy.
Super Nintendo, which I'm gonna have to try that one someday because the playable area of the game is a very teeny tiny map on the screen.
Polter got to the boss and then died. And you have to redo the whole level.
Polterghost is back to level 1 because I don't think Polterghost
this is still level 4.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, they've got continues.
Okay, gotcha. I was a little bit concerned.
But yeah, they got to the boss and then, like, quickly died to it.
Super! Yeah, you're right. I see the escalator. Okay. So, they're dinosaur feet. What's going on in this game? What are we trying to do?
I think that's meant to, like, give you the idea of what the boss is going to be, because the boss is, like, a giant alligator. I guess it lives on the subway train, or the magic going wild made it go big. I don't know.
Maybe.
We don't really care about the plot of this game. It's something like Vicky did something, and now everybody evil is after you.
Hey, I found the story. It's Friday the 13th, and the Twisted Anti-Fairies are on the loose again. This time they're looking for revenge, and they've found the perfect vehicle for their vicious vengeance. Vicky, the evil babysitter. What will Timmy do after they capture Vicky and steal Cosmo and Wanda's copy of the rules? Are Wanda and Cosmo doomed to use training wands for the rest of eternity? Or will Timmy manage to send the loathsome anti-fairies back to fairy prison once and for all? Yep, that's it. So,
yeah.
Apparently the anti-fairies did something with their babysitter. And, yep. Now you gotta kill her.
No, there's no other option. Actually, he probably did do this, but I don't understand why Timmy doesn't just wish for, like, a better babysitter. He's not very smart.
So many kids in video games are not smart. Like, Timmy ain't unique that way.
There's like a running joke on the show of how dumb a lot of Timmy's wishes are because he doesn't think any of them through at all.
By the way, I do want to emphasize that, I'm aware that the creator of this franchise may be problematic in some ways, and just because something is on Kusogrande does not mean that we endorse anybody who has made it. In fact, it's sometimes the exact opposite. So, just FYI, just want to make sure that y'all knew about that. Luckily, I don't know who made it, and I don't care. I don't have to look it up.
That's the way to live. You don't want to know about everything Butch Hartman did.
Cool.
Or Butch Fartman, as he is also known.
There are eggs in the ground. Why is the ground having babies? Don't know.
I think those are the alligator's eggs. I don't...
Oh.
No, the alligator just kind of vomits them out, though, so... I'm unsure about that. Vicky is just Rosalind from Calvin and Hobbes. We should talk about this. Like, Vicky is really just Rosalind, but with, like, all of the dials of actual understanding of how babysitters are turned off.
You know, another shameful thing, I didn't really read any Calvin and Hobbes when I was young. That's another thing that I missed.
We read a lot of Calvin and Hobbes as a kid. Apparently our mom got like a bunch of Calvin and Hobbes collections when she was pregnant with us, and read them and was like, oh no, hellion child.
Uh-oh.
I don't think we were a hellion child, but I can understand reading Calvin and Hobbes and being like, oh no, it could be like this.
Yeah, I wasn't a hellion child. I'm very aware of that. Like, my parents were like, you didn't even speak. You, like, until you were 4 years old, you didn't cry, you just sort of sat there. Like, apparently the first time I saw snow outside, I got all excited. Maybe not the first time, but I got excited, wanted to go play out in the snow, so they got me all dressed up. I went outside. I just sat in it. That's what I did. I got dressed up in warm clothes and I sat in the snow. That was my idea of fun. Mind you, nobody else went out in the snow with me to play. So what else was I supposed to do, huh? Sitting in the snow's great.
You need, like, stuff to do in the snow. Like eating it. Eating the snow is good.
I mean, I'd bring the icicles back and I'd put it on the wood-burning stove and see it melt. That was cool.
That sounds really fun.
Oh, it's so cool to see, like, ice and the sizzling water around it as the icicle gets smaller and smaller as you hold it against the stove, and then it's just a tiny bit of bubbling, and then bam, everything's gone. Everyone, if you've never put ice on the top of a wood-burning stove, it's not really that neat, but because I was a kid, it was the best. Okay, we have the dinosaur, crocodilosaur.
Yeah, I think it's meant to be an alligator because it's meant to be like the alligator that got flushed into the sewers.
Okay.
They are.
Oh, another continue. This boss is a butt.
Yeah, Itching was there too, and not having a good time with it.
Yeah,
I think the problem is there's only like I think the hitbox is only on its head.
Itching opting to leave and then enter the password, which, if you're getting low on continues, might not be the worst idea, but then, you know, I have to think, do passwords save the number of continues that you have? Because if so, it could be worth doing. Especially if you've used like 2 continues already.
I think it does save like your continues because it gives you. I think it refreshes your lives at the start of a new stage. So I think all the password is saving is stage and difficulty.
Okay.
I don't actually know what the difficulty does on this game, but we thought hard would be better, since the better the game is, the more difficult the difficulty should be for the players to punish for playing a goodish game.
Yeah, like, this game is... I would say that, like, I've got a few problems with it. The lack of strafing, or being able to fix your shooting in a specific direction, especially up right or up left, that would be extremely helpful. However, overall, the game's not too bad. Like, I think that for licensed games, this is kind of passable.
Yeah, like, it's weird to do it, but it also kind of gets more of an identity by being a Contra-like. It definitely needs that strafe lock, but it stands out more than if it was just another platformer.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine. It's like, whenever we play stuff like this, we're always like, if I had bought this as a kid and I was the biggest fan of this license, would I be happy? And here it's like, yeah, I think I would be.
Yeah, the art in this game is actually gorgeous. Like, the lead artist was Sean Hyde Moyer, who worked on this. They worked on It looks like a Wild Thornberrys movie. Yeah, destroy all humans later on. Big Willie Unleashed. I'm not sure which destroy. Well,
I think
don't
that's the
unleash the
lead
Big
title.
Willie, everybody. Put it back. And one of the principal animators for the High on Life series was one of the artists for this, as well as doing some animation for BioShock Infinite, Green Day Rock Band. Like,
Hey,
okay,
Green Day
not
Rock Band.
River City Girls, they got a special thanks there. Like, yeah, not every game that you help with in one way or another is going to be a hit, but, you know.
Green Day Rock Band was good. Yeah, there was a rock band that was just Green Day.
Yes.
It appealed to a very small subset of people, which happened to include me.
You know what? I'm fine with that. You can love what you love. Honestly, I can't name a single Green Day song. Not one. Just like I can't name a single Fairly Odd Parent episode. I can't quote a single line from Calvin and Hobbes other than, "Hey, Hobbes, how about the go doing an adventure?" I don't know. I don't know. Which one's Hobbes? That's the tiger, right? I almost said lion.
Yeah, tiger. If it's a lion, you're not reading Calvin and Hobbes. Poltergeist has been saving a lot of the his coins for the boss. Poltergeist is at the train with 5 lives.
Oh, someone in chat said Green Day did American Idiot. I can't remember the tune of that right now, but I remember the aesthetic. Yeah, okay.
Like, it was weird, because the 2 big rock band releases where they really went all out and, like, did special animations for the band and everything were the Beatles and Green Day.
Let me just say that I did play the Beatles one once, and back then I wasn't a huge Beatles fan. Now I've listened to every single album probably dozens of times because I'm a nerd. When I was working an office job, I was bored out of my mind, and so I just listened. I found out that somebody had the Beatles on their shared drive, and so I just listened to it. Took IT a while to figure out that I was doing that, and they're like, "You're not supposed to do that." I'm like, "You are robbing joy out of my life. Why can't I? Huh? Because other people will do it, so other people will enjoy their job? Yeah, is that why? Stupid. Okay. Yeah, I quit because that job became intolerable eventually.
That sounds that way. At least you got to listen to Beatles for a bit.
Yeah, mind you, IT didn't particularly like me. They didn't really like our department, and I knew it, and so I made their life painful whenever I could because they just wouldn't do anything to help us. And yeah, I got them in trouble multiple times.
Oh, you can't actually use your laser on the boss. Oh, well, that's unfortunate, but Ultra's using a lot of grenades, at least.
Yeah, the thing is, I know that Radama Ford was saying having lasers for the boss is extremely helpful. Grenades seems helpful, and there are just so many frogs. Why are there so many frogs?
You really need to take out those ads, or else they are going to overwhelm you.
Yeah, it's just too much chaos to... Like, this boss has a lot of health, it seems. And there we go! Boss is flashing red a little bit.
Yeah, I think this is like... There's no health meters. They basically go from, like, between several stages of flashing. I'm pretty sure this is the flashing where it's almost dead, but... Still got a lot of shots before it actually dies.
Yeah, with that said, Poltergeist taking their time, making sure that... Oh, that was a good amount of damage on the boss, though. Very, very nice. So at this point, the current placements are Poltergeist, definitely got to the boss and has dealt a decent amount of damage. I believe that Polterghost is in first. Dragus Cloud... Actually, yeah. Itching for New Games has dealt damage to the boss, but not made it flash that fast. So I believe Itching would be in second place. Dragus Cloud made it to the boss. That's third. Dragon Lord Carter currently in fourth. All of the placements can definitely change, though, and it should, because honestly, everybody ending their playthrough on this boss would be sad, because we've got almost half an hour left.
Yeah, I hope people don't get stuck here.
I mean, it's good that we have a major wall here.
Polter okay with their password.
Polter is saying, man, I screwed myself. Well,
I don't know if Polter wrote down passwords.
I don't think so.
Oh no.
Polterghost has lost a lot of time to the password boss. However, this doesn't mean that Polter is out of it. Polterghost is an extremely solid player, and we saw how fast he got through the first levels here. If Polterghost can just speed through the beginning levels pretty quickly, he may be able to catch back up. But this opens up a huge opportunity for the other players to get to the boss and to plow through it. If anybody can get through the boss, then that means that they take the lead. Yeah. This is definitely, password boss is real. And I'm not sure Polterghost even realized that they were just passing through the password as quickly as possible. But, yep.
I did provide a screenshot of what passwords look like and when they show up on this one.
Yeah, and you did say this is what the password screen looks like. They pop up at the end of levels, so make sure not to skip past them. You even pinned that message so that it would be there, because it's one of the crucial messages that you sent there. We've seen people lose matches to password bosses before, but to have a veteran here in Kusogrande get hit by that, it hurts.
Might have been a little overconfidence.
It could have been. Like, the first levels went super fast and really felt trivial compared to this train level.
Yeah, like, the first 3 levels are not super bad, and then you get to the subway, and it's a marathon with a boss at the end. You really have to do a few tries because you really want to get there with all your lives. Yeah, there's so much of stage 4. It is like twice the stage of the first 3 levels. Twice the stage. That works.
And yeah, my recommendation, like Radama Ford is saying, it's absolutely an attempt at speedrun tech gone wrong. This is the thing with video games, that it can be extremely, if you are doing speedrun tech, in a blind race, it will often come back and bite you in the butt. Polterghost is saying that they misinterpreted the instructions and thought that it would fade out and go to a different screen. However, after level 1, you should hopefully have figured that out. I feel like the instructions were pretty clear there. It's just misinterpretations happen every once in a while.
Yeah, it happens.
Yep, and also, like, the clear warning, do not skip past them, as well as the multiple opportunities to not skip the end of the level.
Yeah. Like, I get it, because you beat a level, and anything that pops up, if you're racing, your first instinct is get this off the screen.
As Chad is saying, by the way, Itching is on the train with 4 lives. Again, there's still plenty of an opportunity for Polterghost to come back. Like, he knows that he's lost a lot of time, but you saw how fast he got through level 1, you know?
Yeah, like, he's already on level 2 again. I forget what those flashing exclamation marks mean, but Polterghost keeps making sure to jump over them.
I don't want to touch the exclamation point.
I mean, it's scary. If I saw a flashing exclamation point, that tends to indicate to me danger. Special ambushes. Oh, I'm sure that's in the manual. Yeah, opportunities to skip fighting some enemies in a game where it makes you fight a lot of enemies is probably a good plan.
Oh, yeah. Like, in general, unless they give really good rewards, just skip as many fights as you can. Poltergeist using the laser from the sky. Good choice to get through the ambushes. Why you cannot progress the game while you are in an ambush, so you get stuck in one, might as well, like, as long as you've got enough to deal with some of the harder stuff later, just use it.
Yeah, and you'll notice on Itching, one of the other things the laser does is it wipes out enemy bullets.
Yeah, the thing is, it did not go through the ceiling of the train, so any of the enemies underneath the ceiling that specifically sticks in front of, like, you can see part of the train that sticks out in front of Timmy there. The laser would not hit any enemies in that area there. So, like, being aware of that is very helpful, and also try not to use your laser too much in this level, because you know the boss is coming.
Yeah, like, it's right as Itching uses the laser again.
Yeah.
But it is like you want to balance it where you use it enough that you're helping yourself, but not so much that you get to the boss and you're like, well, I have no grenades now.
Yeah, the big question as well is, like, how many... Actually, can you even use the laser when you get to the boss? Because it seemed like the laser just disappeared.
Yeah, you can't use the laser in the boss, but you could still use,
Yeah, you can
still
use the
use grenades.
Okay, so I feel like Itching was using the laser probably in the right locations then. If you cannot use laser, like, using the laser on the train, best way to stay alive there. Okay, we've got a little boss flashing. It's turning pink. Sometimes when I'm almost dead, I start turning pink. Ooh, fast red, fast red. This is good. But more enemies coming, and only one crown left. Okay, this is Itching's last chance to possibly move into the lead. Oh, and that is a game over. Time to continue. Poor Timmy. Yep, and Radama Ford is like, I believe that's what Polter did. That's what it looked like to me as well. I'm not 100% sure, but, you know, this opens up Polter's chance to come back. The unfortunate thing is that he's currently on sort of an auto-scrolling section, and it takes a while to get through this. So
Yeah, this level is just... The third level's just an auto-scroller down. Yeah, Polter and Itching both got it to the dark red flashing. Dragus is saving up a lot of coins. Dragus has over 100 coins. It must be... Has Dragus made it to the boss yet?
Let me go ahead and see. I believe so. Yes, he's reached the boss. Dragon Lord Carter has not. Dragon Lord Carter is the one who is trailing behind everybody else. Dragus, oh gosh, now I'm gonna have to look at the pronunciation guide because I might have been saying it wrong for years. Welcome to my life, everybody.
It's always good to reference pronunciation guides when you have them.
Yeah.
Okay, Poltergeist is back on level 4 now. I'd like to be able to see like a little bit of the second world.
Aha! Dragus Cloud did not put a pronunciation guide in there, so we could pronounce it any way we want. Ooh. Dragoo. The Dragoo Cloud.
The
This is-
drag us Cloud.
No, I don't think that's what it is. No. Maybe Dragusk loud.
Dracusk can be very loud. Rah!
I don't know what's going on anymore in my life.
I know what's going on in my life, and it's looking at Dragus fight the boss.
Yeah, Dragus on the boss, gonna throw a grenade and miss the boss because the boss is hard to hit sometimes.
Yeah, the hitbox on this boss is not nice. Like, it's something like the head, but only when it's open. But only when the mouth is open, I'm not sure. This is the first spot where not having a lock-on really starts to hurt.
And unfortunately, not making enough damage to tie with Itching or Polterghost, so Dragus is still in a solid third. Dragon Lord Carter in fourth, which is fine. By the way, one thing that kind of bothers me about this game is that with as much noise as there is, even when they get to the boss, I can't completely confirm that Dragus Cloud's stream is the one that has audio, because everything just sounds so samey.
Yeah, it's a real cacophonous game.
Yeah, that's not necessarily a bad thing per se, it's just the reality of a shoot 'em up. There's a lot of shooting. We don't have a lot of shoot 'em ups on Kusogrande, surprisingly enough.
Did Big Anubis come from a shoot 'em up? Buff Anubis? That was a shmup,
Yeah,
right?
that was a shmup. One of the rare shmups. Polter, by the way, is back to the train level already, and Polterghost should have all of the passwords at this point, which, I mean, it would be a Kusogrande champion to accidentally... I'll go ahead and say it because it was a huge flub to accidentally screw yourself and still take a victory. Like that's how you know that they are extremely good at these blind races.
Yeah. Like, I would not be doing great on this blind, honestly. This game's a little too chaotic for our tastes.
Like the ability to react to everything that's happening. Honestly, you can't react to everything. There are sometimes that you're gonna need to know that an enemy will spawn. Otherwise, it's just like I saw Polterghost jumping in the air. An enemy came flying, and there was just no ability to react to get back to the ground or dodge the attack. Like, you know, there's a little bit of memorization that's required here, and in general, that's not really what you want from a game that's mostly skill-based. You want it so that, you know, if players are good enough, they will be able to react and survive.
Yeah.
Of course, like, you know, trial and error isn't necessarily always bad. I'm thinking, like, am I going to talk about Dark Souls? There's a lot of trial and error in Dark Souls, and simply put, a lot of error, but... You know, once you learn the patterns, bam, everything is sort of predictable. And, you know, if you are a perfect player, maybe you'll be able to, like, predict some of the attacks that are coming up. It's just not always, you know. You're expected to die and to learn. So learning from death is not a bad thing necessarily. It's just, you know, there's a difference between, oh, this is hard, or oh, this is unfair. And I think that this game stoops into the unfair every once in a while.
Yeah, like it's definitely a victim of the Game Boy Advance screen crunch, and it's not so much that it's like unreasonable, but putting a lot of things on a small screen is going to be difficult for players to deal with.
Yeah, one sin that Chad is talking about right now as well is the fact that if you can die in a single shot, having foreground elements pass in front while there are projectiles, not good. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Ooh,
wait, Polterghost may have...
Polter found the... Oh, I thought Polter found the cheese.
I mean, if you stand there during iframes, that might be cheese that works. Polterghost, unfortunately, getting a game over and going back to the beginning of the stage. But still, I think that he's going to get a next attempt. Itching might get it here, though, and if so, Itching will move into the lead.
I think Itching got a new flavor of flashing. That looks new.
Yeah. Ooh, this is Kool-Aid Man.
Oh, I'm really... Itching still has an extra life, too. They got a little wiggle room.
The wiggle?
Got a little wiggle room.
Well, not only wiggle
that's
room.
it. That's
the
it.
boss is down. Itching moves into the lead, taking down the subway dragon thingy.
Yeah, and this is what it does with your extra coins. You get rankings. Don't talk to me unless you have S rank on every stage and break into rules, GBA.
I'm fine. Oh, Itching not getting grades on 3 out of 4 of the levels. It's like, you get...
Oh, those are the rest of the worlds.
Oh, gotcha.
So we're gonna get to see a little of World 2, though.
Nice.
This is the underwater world. It's basically
perfect.
the
Let's
same,
listen
but
to
now you're
other
underwater.
music. I want to hear what this music is like. Okay.
It's a little different.
I don't know
got
what I
some,
expected. It's fine.
Sounds like it got a little, not theremin, but it's going for that vibe.
It definitely given like underwater, but it sounds a little bit like a UFO.
Yeah. Yeah, theremins are what they use in like a lot of the old sci-fi to make the creepy UFO sounds.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, it's pretty much the same game. You're just underwater now.
Ooh, and you can swim.
Oh yeah, it looks like Itching's got a little swimming going.
Very nice.
I think we got to like this stage and then stopped playing, so we didn't really spend too much time on it.
I mean, that's fair. Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Like, you really have to be in the mood for like a full shoot 'em up to want to play the whole thing of this, because it is just a shmup, which is totally fine, but it is just a shmup.
Yeah, Ubi in chat, by the way, is saying, at first I wasn't sure why this was on Kusogrande, but after watching for a few minutes, I can tell why. And yeah, I think that like what you were saying, that it gets super brutal in certain areas, like especially the 4th stage of World 1. Very difficult. And like one-hit deaths with 5 lives. It's a little unfair, gotta be honest.
Yeah, like, given that this is already Contra for kids, I'm a little surprised they didn't add a little more leeway, give you some health maybe.
I mean, it is hard difficulty. How many lives do you have on easy and medium?
I think it's the same lives. I think it just changes the enemy density.
Okay.
Maybe it gives...
I mean, there are a lot of enemies here.
Yeah, I remember we played on normal, and we have a recording of that, but I don't super want to find that right now.
That's fair.
I think it is. Maybe you do get more lives. I want to say you get 7 on normal. Couple extra lives would be very helpful on a game like this.
Yeah. Well, I'm taking a look. The reviews for this, there were various versions of this game, most of them in 3D. However, GBA version is toony 2D. I think that this was the way to go in order to match the aesthetic. But, like, not a whole lot of reviews for this version of the game. Apparently, I'm gonna go try to find the one review for this because...
One review.
Yeah.
I feel like what happened... Oh, go on.
Well, I'm trying to look. I'm trying to look. Okay, PS2, GameCube, Xbox, PC. You're listing all platforms, but you don't have this version of the game. How dare you?
Like, I think what happened with a lot of these licensed games is that, like, you get an acknowledgement on the sites of the console versions, and then the handheld versions, maybe Nintendo Power would write a paragraph.
Yeah. I honestly think, though, if you were a fan of the show and you got this GBA game, it would have been a lot of fun. Especially probably playing on an easier difficulty. Hard is blatantly unfair. Polterghost, using those iframes. Unfortunately, this isn't the final category of flashing for the dragon. You cannot damage race the dragon. The dragon will win.
It's a good try. I appreciate the try, but yeah. You could maybe do that with a lot of lives. If you got there with 5 lives.
Polter got there with 3, so yeah, that wasn't going to be a good enough push. Oh, we got the Elvis fish. There we go. Itching through Elvis. Now we know he flushed. Oh no. Anyways. Oops, sorry, I hit the microphone there. Ah. Okay.
That's okay.
Itching, descending underwater.
I kind of like the falling segments in this stage. It's fun, but you just fall in the water for a bit instead of like the elevator auto scroller.
Yeah, I'm fine with that, you know, and thank goodness it's not like Mega Man falling in the water multiple screens when there are spikes on every single screen. That if you die, you get sent back to the beginning of the level because Mega Man is a cruel mistress at times.
That's very true. I don't know why there's a bunch of like artifacts underwater. Like we saw Big Ben and we just saw the Taj Mahal.
Did the world
I guess
get
all the
anti-fairies maybe are destroying the world?
Yeah, maybe they just moved everything underwater. Maybe they were like, well, I've got the manual. I can look at the manual. Manual describes like every stage. I always appreciate it when you read a manual for a game. It's like, we're gonna tell you about every stage.
Yeah.
You'd think being knee-deep in sewer water isn't enough. Now those anti-fairies have thrown you in deep water.
Oh! Yeah, under the deep water of the ocean to be precise. Keep swimming though, you'll get to those bad fairies yet. But yeah, you are... It's a coral... It's the shallows of the mind. It's a coral reef, only this one is the Great Barrier Reef of Vicky's subconscious. So Vicky likes the Taj Mahal. Okay. Ooh,
I could see that. I think Vicky would like the basic, like, historical artifacts.
Look out for the half-buried wonders and the bad guys they hide. Okay, that's fair. Apparently, Elvis Fish is part of her subconscious. And then you get to the abyss of the heart. You think you'd find some kindness here, but this is Vicky we're talking about. This is the long drop into the depths of her ickiness. Just keep your eyes open for those brief spots of land on which you can rest and recover. So
I didn't realize...
Yeah.
This is all in Vicky's mind. That adds a lot more questions.
I don't know if World 1 is, but World 2 is...
I think... Yeah. Oh, because they changed the world into a dream. So I just noticed Cosmo and Wanda fly. There's something about Cosmo fly I don't like.
Oh, Polterghost leaving on the train with 4 lives. That's good.
Yeah, that's a real good position for Polter.
Oh my god.
What?
Level 3-1 references It Came from the Desert. Specifically, the name of the level is It Came from the Desert.
It's a good reference when you just use the name.
Yeah. No, maybe they are all Vicky nightmares. Okay, you're right.
Here comes Vicky's sci-fi dreams. We're not gonna see those.
Yeah, so they are specifically using Vicky's nightmares in order to try to conquer or destroy the world?
That sounds like something I guess the anti-fairies do.
I mean, I'm cool with that. Whatever. Let's...
They can have it.
They can have it at this point, you know? Humans haven't been treating it well enough. Let the anti-fairies have it.
What? I think they should just be allowed to have it for like a decade and see what they do with it.
Yeah, maybe we can learn from these fairies, huh? We can use their technology.
We got Dragus at the boss. This is kind of the last push for beating this boss.
This really is. We'll see what Dragu can do. All of the songs are a jam, and I can't tell any of them apart. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. It's just the reality here.
It fits the background music of the show as I remember it pretty well. The cartoons used to have that nice jazzy background music.
Okay, we're on to Pink Flashy for Dragus. Polter goes back to the boss and is just trying to do the cheese strats with the number of lives that he had. He only had one more life than the last time he came here.
Yeah, I would not do the cheese strat on this run. I would not try that on this run.
Okay, Polterghost deciding to move away from the cheese strats. Good, you're on Maroon, but not Kool-Aid Man, and Dragus Cloud didn't make it to Kool-Aid Man either. I think that locks the places in, most likely, that Polterghost will be taking second, despite restarting the entire game. Polterghost taking second place. What an amazing turn of events.
I really wonder what Polterghost could have done with Password on that. Like, if they hadn't had to go through those first 3 stages again and could have just gone right back into the boss.
Yeah, and honestly, like, considering all of what happened, Polterghost, I bet that the nerves kicked in a little bit, you know. If you make a big flub like that, you're probably going to start stressing out and feel like, oh no, I'm completely out. I'm going to take fourth no matter what. And it's harder to play under those conditions. Polterghost, though, like, completely fantastic job at trying to get back into this. And, you know, mistakes happen to everybody. Just watch out, though. The Password boss will get you too one of these days. Gets everyone. It's coming for your brains and your mom. And that, everybody, is time. Give it up for all of our players, but especially itching for new games, who definitely made the most progress here. After that, Polterghost appears to have taken second. I will, of course, take a look at the ref sheet to make sure. Oh, geez, this Surfbound music is a little special. Also, I appreciate the pictures of the game that the refs have put on the sheet. I love it. Dragus Cloud, third. Dragon Lord Carter, fourth. I'll go ahead and message Itching to see if they want to come and join. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, and here we go, Itching. Congratulations, you are our victor today.
Hi. Yeah, as soon as I beat that first boss, I figured I'm probably in it.
Yeah, the dragon?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was, like, that level was the wall for pretty much everybody. Nobody else beat that level.
Twice as long plus a boss.
Yeah. So, like, getting past that boss, getting to the water stages, that was enough to put you in the lead. Not only that, but you made a good push to through the second area. I believe that you made it to the Abyss of the Heart, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I was on the boss level for the other stage.
Oh, so in that case, you were on the Caves of Dark Despair. Pretty scary. There were a lot of fish. Also Elvis.
Yeah, the Elvis anti-fairies. I watched the show when I was a kid, and I do remember the anti-fairies, but I don't remember an Elvis one.
Yeah. So what did you think of the game?
It's decent if you have auto fire. Without it would be miserable.
Oh yeah, that's one thing that we didn't tell people. This is not a game with auto fire at all. Otherwise, the players would be mashing the entire time. But because of accessibility reasons, we do allow people to use turbo, and that makes this game playable.
Yeah, this game's a lot better with turbo than if you're... I don't know why they made it mashing, because it's not like you're ever not firing.
Yeah,
then there was the weird quirk of sometimes you would like fire on every frame, and I couldn't figure out why.
Yeah, that might be an emulator thing, but because everybody's using the same emulator and such, you know, I saw it happen for everybody occasionally. It can always be a little bit quirky that way, but it seems like some people were able to have that happen, but I never really saw it appear on the Dragon Boss. The Dragon Boss, even with auto fire, that was rough.
I think I started getting the fast firing on the Dragon Boss when I started aiming back and forth wildly. Changing your aim direction seemed to make it happen more often.
Yeah, that's what I saw in the little bit I played with turbo was, I think like aiming the other way makes it mess up and fire a lot for a second.
Yeah. I'm trying to think what else about this game. Was there anything that you particularly liked about it?
I love the orbital cannon. I mean, it's not as strong as just becoming Kus9rande, but it's pretty goofy.
Oh yeah.
The orbital cannon is really good. I like that he's just firing giant blasts down constantly.
But making good use of the fairy cannon, that's something that's very important to getting good at this game. It's really strong and it bypasses defense.
Yeah, for sure. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to organize stuff and get everything ready. I do know that there were some times that the laser didn't actually hit the enemies because they had a ceiling above them, especially on the train.
That was an issue.
So that was something to pay attention to, and it seems like you managed to do that pretty well. Yeah. So, we do have the placements confirmed, itching for new games in first, Polterghost, second, third, Dragon's Cloud, and fourth, Dragon Lord Carter. Great job to everybody who played today. So, is this a game that you think that people should try out, that, you might return to, or is it something that, you can pass?
Not really. Ultimately, it's a pretty mindless run and gun, and there's just so many better ones.
Okay.
Any number of Contra games, Cuphead, you get the same experience, but just way better.
Gotcha.
Yeah. This game is really riding on the Fairly Odd Parents license for standing out. And if you don't like it, then I think there's a lot of better games.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that was a great job. And again, you're moving on with those 10 points for this match. Great job. Is there anything that you're doing on stream these days, or anything that you'd like to plug?
No, I haven't streamed in a while.
How about games that you're playing lately? Anything you've been enjoying?
I just started Romancing Saga 3.
Ooh.
And I was playing some Wizardry 5 before getting frustrated with it.
Yeah, I need to play some of the Wizardry games. I really, really want to, but then I forget about them. Welcome to my life. Okay, so good. Wizardry as well as Romancing Saga, which I've heard great things about, but I haven't played any of them.
I have played 2 through to completion. It's really interesting in that it's a JRPG that's way more gameplay focused than story focused.
Really?
All the Saga games are like that.
Okay, good to know. Well,
and if you've ever played FF2, that's where the Saga director got his start.
Gotcha. Yeah, I did. I actually beat FF2. I do not hate it as much as some people do. The leveling up for me, it's fine.
The weirdness of the leveling in Final Fantasy II, gets much weirder in the Saga games.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I might like it then.
And also, what was it called? The Last Remnant was when they decided to give him money and see what he could do, and the answer was people didn't like it.
Oh no. Okay.
It's a Saga game.
I was gonna say keep him poor, and that'll keep people happy. Oh no.
But, I mean, yeah, Saga
don't
games
keep
are
your
still
debts
coming
poor.
out. They keep them, on the low budget ladder, but consistently.
Yeah. Well, good. Buster, since we've been chatting a little bit, is there anything that you have going on that you'd like to plug?
Not really. I guess the same thing as Sunday. I plugged our YouTube. We're playing Blade 2. If you don't like that, we're also playing True Crime New York City, so there's a few flavors of that game going on.
Oh, beautiful. Those sound like I know of True Crime. I don't know if I've ever actually seen the games, but I don't know.
It's kind of a mess. But what's fun is you can run into other cars and make people fly out of their cars. And then the game will be like, always wear your seatbelt.
Oh my gosh. I love it. Well,
it's pretty funny.
That's fantastic. Well, thank you both so much. We've got one more match coming up, so I'll let you both go. Take care, and great job again.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah! See you later.
Bye.
Bye, Buster. Well, everybody, we've got one more match coming up for you in just a little bit. So, great job. I see Polterghost reacting to the placements for the last match and is saying, "You have got to be kidding." And yeah, let's just say that Polterghost got to the boss early and did a lot of damage to it. That boss was still a giant butt. Yeah, you never know. This is why you keep playing. You never know if you're gonna suddenly have a comeback, if, a big mistake is not going to doom you. And it's always worth continuing, even if you feel like there's no hope. Because if you quit in the middle of a match, that's a forfeit. But as long as you're going the entire time, then heck, you might get that second place, or you might even take first place, even though you feel like you lost. Well, with that said, everybody, it's time to reveal the second and technically last game of the day. Take us away, Crappy, and watch out for those anti-fairies. They're gonna turn you into Crappy. Oh no, they already did it. Oh my god. Gosh. Oh my goodness. Well, luckily, Crappy might have been cursed by the fairies. Hopefully the GM can show up and do a little cure here. Say hello to the GM of our second and last match of the day, Omega Number. Omega Number. Ow, 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 ow. Hello there, Omega Number, and welcome.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I see we're still in Bubsy land here on my picture.
You didn't tell me to change it back.
No, you could keep it there because some of our players, the sound was trying to play Bubsy. I don't even know how that works exactly on OBS.
You can play Bubsy. For some reason, for a second, I thought, wait, Discord has a built-in play Bubsy option. I was like, how dare you? Sure, I can play Codenames, but now I can play Bubsy in my Discord. That's how you know Discord is going down. But yeah, so you've got an interesting game. I didn't know this existed. I'm not surprised. I thought that you were going to give out a different game, but it looks like you may have had a change of heart.
I got vetoed.
You got vetoed?
Twice. Yeah, I got vetoed twice.
Nice.
I didn't think I'd be here on this third one, but I mean, I had the game. I had it ready in case I got vetoed twice because, it happens. It happens. People play really weird back games in their childhood, and I have to get another game out. So, we're playing Pinball Advance.
Pinball Advance. Well, we'll see who advances. Spoilers, it's going to be everybody because it's round one. The players are going to have 1 hour to try to do as much pinball. Or, actually, what is the scoring criteria for this game? Is it...
Okay. I normally would have briefed you on this beforehand because they're doing 2 tables, and they're going to do each one for 30 minutes.
Okay.
Ooh. So they're going to play one called Jailbreak for 30 minutes, and then they're going to have a hard stop. So there's no continue on time. It'll be, in fact, they are instructed they should be losing their balls in the last minute if they're still going. And then after that, they switch to Tarantula, which is the really bad table. And that one, they'll have another 30 minutes to try to get as high a score as possible.
Yeah,
and then it's a little bit like Jeopardy rules. They'll actually get either 1, 2, 3, or 4 points on the first table, and either 2, 4, or 6 or 8 points on the second table. I'll explain more when we get there. But basically, the two tables are not relative to each other. You can't really compare them. But if for some reason we do get a tie anyway, we'll just add up the high scores and use that. So
sweet. Well, it looks like the players that we have here are LM Motos, Lonefire08, Wizardman tonight, and Withheld. Withheld, a longtime player. LM Motos has been around for quite a while, volunteer over at GDQ, I believe a host at times as well. Lonefire appears to be new to me. Wizardman, I believe I've seen around, but I'm not 100% sure. It's always nice to have a mix of old and new players, though. So let me go ahead and swap over to the music to make sure that we have it coming through. Thank you for this sound, Motos.
yes.
Wizardman is one of our new refs. That's right, Nautilacta. Thank you for pointing that out. I did ask Withheld if she wanted to use those scan lines, and she said, yes, this is on purpose. So I am completely fine that people have the visuals a little bit different. Means you get to see what it looks like with these scan lines here. Other than that, I think that I'm ready to begin, and after a little while I will get our tracker up so that everybody can see what it looks like. Yeah, anything else that we need to know before we do a countdown?
I need to make sure everybody is on the screen that's Elementus is on. So give me it needs to be where it says game options, 3-ball, medium, and I need to see that because they actually had to change the settings to be that. So I mean, it does that, really clearly when you're on the screen before you hit start the game, but I need to make sure everybody's actually on the right setting before we start. So,
okay, and does it try to automatically play if you just sit here for a while?
Possibly that might be why I don't remember the behavior here. I wasn't expecting to get this game out, so it's not as. Hold on a moment. I'm going to mention it in the chat.
Or was Motos just having fun? I think Motos was just messing with us, huh? That is fine. That is just peachy.
Okay. I just remember this is going to be a 30-minute cutoff, not a 60-minute cutoff. But we are doing a hard cutoff, so you don't have to do like an extra 5 or anything like that.
Gotcha.
Okay, so
don't
it looks
worry,
like
they cannot
we
see
have
the tracker
3
yet.
of them are fine. We just need our last player to might have an issue. Oh, that's right. Everyone's good. It looks like everyone's good. Yeah, this might be it wants to try to reset you, so.
Cool.
Once they're actually all in the right place and start, I mean, we should start as soon as we can.
Yes.
Reset again.
Okay. Okay, we're doing it. Countdown. Best of luck to the players. Spam all of your balls, chat. Yeah, just do it. I don't care. All your balls because we're doing the countdown. And here we go. Best of luck to the players. And I will correct our tracker because I was just trying to get this going as soon as possible. I want to make sure that you have all of your Kuso points displayed. Yeah, that's right. Kuso points, they're real. They're made out of the souls of puppies. Yeah.
Yes. This game has 3 boards to it, and it's actually a conversion of a Windows game. I'm not remembering offhand the name of the Windows game. I have to look at it again. I think it's named after the company. And it's based on a this is Europe only game, very obscure too. So it's kind of I don't think 2012 is right. I'll have to pull it up in a second.
I was just trying to find a year, and that's the only year that I saw in some random IGN review. That's the year that IGN reviewed this.
Hold on a second. I will double check. I mean, yeah, 2002.
Whatever. I was only 10 years off, you know?
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, no, this one's very obscure. I can't find a manual for this. It's not an easy one to find. But it was a conversion of a computer pinball, and the computer pinball is perfectly fine. But they mauled a couple things in the this version, especially the music. It's kind of noticeable in this table. It will be very noticeable in the third table. This would be, I was actually thinking if you had like a category for like bad audio as a Kuso theming, this game would be up there. They did a mistake with their music conversion. Like they actually, you know how the ancient Roman, there was like one of the tracks was just a mistake, like they did something wrong. That's what they happened to this game.
Gotcha.
So the reason why it sounds terribly out of tune and bizarre, especially for the third table, but a little bit on this one, is because they made an error when they were trying to convert this. They did it on the cheap. So,
Gotcha. So we're doing Jailbreak and Tarantula. Is Tarantula technically the third table?
Mm-hmm. Right. So there's three tables. Daredevil is the one that they got to do a controls test with. That's the good table. That you could. I read a review that said this is basically Daredevil and some minor tables, and that's that does not belong in Kuso. These are their two. So it's the Tarantula is the third one, and it is so.
I like the bumpers that say GERD. I don't know what it means. Is that guard? Oh my gosh. I thought it was GURRD. Okay. It's GUARD. Guard.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this is themed like any good pinball is, and this one is themed around trying to do a jailbreak. And
you gotta get GERD.
There might even be lore. I have no idea what that lore is because there is no manual. So just kind of have to look at it and use our imagination, I guess.
That's fine. I'm imagining the lore is that we are breaking out of a jail, hence the reason for the name Jailbreak. Arrest. Okay. Luckily, you can save your balls sometimes, as is typical when it comes to pinball. So yeah, right now it looks like essentially, Wizardman tonight has the current high score. This is going to change a lot though. 6,660. There's 3 6s in a row. The devil. This was made by Satan. Did you know that?
You would believe it with Tarantula when we get there.
I'm excited.
Yeah, this one is not. So our resident expert pinball master in the Game Masters.
Yeah, Flannel Cat.
Yes, indeed. You know exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Flannel Cat did test this. The Flannel Cat was the person who worked with me on this long ago when I first prepped this one up. And
without.
Flannel Cat did find a good bonus strategy for this, which I do not remember off the top of my head, but there is a way to score very high on this if you can come up with a pattern. Unfortunately, this board is also extremely easy to drain on. as
Yeah.
Elamoda has been discovering a lot. You just there are certain hits that will, even though it seems like you ought to work, it will just kill you, and you have nothing you can do about it. But there is a couple reliable shots you can make, and so you just stick with the ones that won't drain your ball, and that'll work. When I was picking this, what I was looking for was like a Kuso pinball that was Kuso because of the pinball, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because of the table design rather than the physics.
Right, this has good physics. In fact, one of the things you can find if you look this up is people are complimentary about the physics. This is the same physics engine on the computer that they ported, so it's actually good physics.
Okay.
But the table design, it got mooshed on the Game Boy Advance in such a way that it really messed with this table and the other one. And of course, again, like I said, they actually literally had a bug how they approach doing the sound, so it gets very thoroughly messed up on the third table. The second table they're going to do, but on the third table.
I mean, yeah, like having the flippers that far apart, with a lot of things just nudging your ball straight to the middle. I mean, it's not as bad as whatever Gone Fishing pinball table crap has, but like it's very much prejudiced towards making you lose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for Wizard Man tonight, it just slid right straight down the middle, and there's nothing you can do about it, except potential. Like with pinball, part of it is yes, making it so that you can get consistent shots, but also figuring out what do I avoid so that I don't drain my ball.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this does have a pattern you can make it. It has to do with the top. Withheld might actually be figuring it out. I don't know. Out of the 4 players, Withheld actually seemed kind of excited about the idea of doing a pinball game. So I don't know if that means we'll see some prowess later on that. But yeah, you can finagle something with the top up there, so you get a really good shot that's consistent, basically. And that's what you're looking for, is something that won't just keep killing your ball over and over.
No! I mean, you'll still have crap like what happened with Wizard Man and LM Motos at the exact same way, back to back.
Yes. So also, because I mentioned it at the rules at the beginning, but I think it probably needs to mention now, the way this is going to get scored is a little different than normal. The first, so this round they're going to either earn 1, 2, 3, or 4 points based on which place they're at. So if they get first place out of all 4, they earn the most points out of everybody.
Yes.
If they get second place, then they earn 3 points. If they get third place, then they get 2 points. Is that okay so far?
Fourth gets 1. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then the points are going to double on Tarantula. So if it will be, you can have a chance to catch up, basically. Kind of like Double Jeopardy, where 8 points for first place. And the idea partially was, it actually took me a while to figure out what to do because the point differential is very different on the different games. You know, like how you have one game where you get like 1 trillion points just by pushing a button.
Yeah.
The next game you like work really hard and you get 7 or something. Yeah, that kind of happens here. It's like it wasn't super comparable, so I came up with sort of a semi-Olympic scoring method. Damn, tying it together! Yay! I actually have something.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, pinball tables, the points are all made up. Like, seriously, the difference between points between tables, super, super huge. Withheld, by the way, almost tilted, but you can just punch this table like 20 times in a row and it's fine.
This table is very tilt it's very tilt friendly. You can tilt a lot. And one of the things a lot of people don't understand in pinball, and this applies for any pinball really, is that tilting is part of the game. I mean, it gets, when you're talking about very high level, that's genuinely considered part of it, that you actually nudge the table is like one of the techniques you're supposed to be able to use. And how tightly held the tilt is, like that part, that your deal is figuring that out. And this table, yeah, if you have an advantage, if you realize that you can tilt like crazy, and it will actually be okay. It still won't help you that much with Tarantula, but it's a real...
I've got a tilting story. I want to share this tilting story. Some people may have heard it before, but back when I worked, I was talking about my stupid office job earlier during the last game, and this relates to that same job because in the break room, they had a Star Wars pinball table. I think it was Star Wars Episode 1, which was... I think I was one of the only people who would go and play it during breaks. I had fun, but unfortunately I had some flaws. It wasn't, extremely well maintained, and the balls kept getting stuck in one place. Like, I got a ball stuck, and then it let me launch another ball. And I was like, okay, so I tried again. Launched a ball, got it stuck in the same place, trying to free the first ball. I'm like, maybe a third one, but it's probably I just want to see if I can get the third one stuck. So got the third one stuck, and then I'm like, is there any way to make it work? And there was some coworker who had their kids in that room. I don't know. I guess you weren't really supposed to just keep kids in the break room, but her kids were there, and I was playing around with the table trying to get the balls unstuck, shaking it a bit, and it said tilt on it. And the kids saw, and they're like, tilt! And so they came over and started trying to push the table over. I'm like, no, kids! No! That's not what tilt means! No! I had to prevent the kids from tipping the pinball table over because I got 3 balls stuck. Anyways, I ended up putting this as a tracker issue in our tracking software because there really was no other way to report this to management. And so forever since I worked at that company, there has been the pinball tracking message about the children trying to tip the pinball table over. Good kids.
That sounds wonderful.
Oh, yeah. I thought it was hilarious. I loved doing the write-up on that issue.
Yeah, I was reading recently, so Pachinko, which is kind of pinball, but not.
I want to play Pachinko.
There were and at least maybe are professional Pachinko players. Like every time I've watched somebody do like a Pachinko stream, it always seems like totally random to me. Like pinball, yeah, I understand why it's skill, but Pachinko, I have no idea. But apparently, yeah, there is skill, and you can do the nudge thing just like you do in pinball, and it's more probabilistic. Like it's just you find a particular shot that will mostly work, but you're never going to get it as consistent as like a pinball shot will. But you can still get it so that it works like 40% of the time, which means now you have an edge, which you wouldn't normally. So
I was gonna say, like, you put that in Vegas where people can slightly tilt it, and yeah, the casinos will be like, no, you move the machine 3 millimeters, and that's too much. You don't get the money. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, it has to be 100% luck here. If you're doing a machine, I don't know.
Right.
Anyways.
What I really find interesting about Vegas machines is how they're, if you've got something that's representational, like video poker,
yeah,
they're really serious about it. Actually, is supposed to be real. Like you can't just have it randomly pick what card comes up next. Like it has to be you are picking out of a deck, and it follows the randomness of the deck. Good,
because it doesn't feel that way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no. If it doesn't, then you might be able to report it to some sort of gaming board because yeah.
I mean, real randomness doesn't feel as random as manufactured randomness, so that's probably why.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. But, yeah, you can even have hotel who will, like, actually intentionally make what they would call a 99% payout or a 101% payout even. Like, you can actually make one where, technically speaking, the odds are tilted towards the players. And then the players will think, oh, I can actually make a lot of money on this one. But of course, you know, most players are dumb. And
well,
yeah.
even if you play perfectly, simply put, who has limited money? You do.
Right.
So, yeah, as soon as the losing streak hits, it doesn't matter if the odds are in your favor. You will likely, very, very likely hit a losing streak, and then it doesn't matter that you have the edge. You do not have enough money to stay in the green, and you do not have enough time either.
Yeah.
Yeah. Given infinite money and time, yes, you might be able to actually be successful if you are 100% perfect player. But yeah, the limits that you have as a real human being just are not conducive to actually getting a payout. So even if they do give you an advantage, it's too bad. It's too bad. The house always wins. That's life.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this
So
is pinball.
I'm looking at our scores here, and I'm trying to figure out if. So, I mean, clearly, Lone is having some problems, but it's always. Even if we get to the half hour and somebody gets fourth, they still have a good chance to catch up because they could do well in the next one.
Yep.
But I'm still trying to figure out if there's something particular they're missing, or some kind of strategy that actually is helping the players that are doing better. So, both LM and Withheld are pretty close on score, but Wizards is a bit higher.
Yeah, Wizard is getting pretty close. Yeah, I believe Wizard is about to pass Withheld. Yeah, that is a slight move into second place on this table. Again, Wizard Man has a 1,000,000-point lead over LM, so LM Motos just needs to start boogieing. Yeah, not a whole lot of time left on this table. And then are we pausing time as we swap over to the next game?
Just give them time to just swap over. I mean, we don't have to spend much time. But yeah, I don't want to have the coordination of flipping menus to be part of this. I just want it to be about
Gotcha. I should have done a 30-minute timer then over on Discord. It's fine.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, this table is still being very frustrating. I'm seeing some bits where the ball is draining, and they are.
Ooh, Withheld getting 7 million points. That is a bump into the lead. Beautiful job there by Withheld. Honestly, I saw Withheld like quitting some of the games after like losing a ball early, you know, possibly like just throwing the kind of crappy starts away. It might be a good move here.
Yeah, especially given this is a hard stop match. Yeah, I think actually kind of knowing, okay, I know it takes me about 8 minutes to get through a game, so if I'm at this time limit here, I should restart rather than, you know, keep going and then find out that I don't have time to get through another match. So
yeah,
I mean, that's true even of the like when we have like a 5-minute extension to a match, that can be true. But in this case, it definitely is something where you kind of you need to be watching the clock a bit as you're playing and figuring out how long is it really taking. I will say Withheld definitely still is the one doing the most nudging. I'm sorry, I was saying tilting. I mean, tilt is the thing when you nudge too much. But yeah, Withheld's doing the most nudging of the table. And I know even on digital boards, people who aren't as experienced at pinball, that seems to be the one thing that they don't do that much. Like, even if there's just a big button and you know it, and you even test it during the control test, oh, this button does this, and I had to map it to be, you know. Even with all that, people just not think to push that button as a method.
I think that, like, the less experience you have with pinball, the less likely you're going to be using the nudge buttons. Just, like, I mean, you can just as easily nudge the ball in order to go into the hole rather than nudge it to save yourself. So, like, I fully understand people who aren't great at pinball not using that. Yeah, I think that it's fine for people to choose, to focus mostly on the flippers. But, the more you get used to playing pinball, the more that you sort of get used to the physics, sort of the more intuitive it can become. In fact, I think that it's more intuitive when you're playing with a pinball table IRL. Simply put, I've done it a little bit while playing, hitting a flipper. Hitting it more aggressively sort of gives a nudge to the table. Yeah, that... Like, it's... it feels a little bit mean to the table, but at the same time, that's sort of how it's designed.
Right.
And, yeah, it just feels intuitive to do it that way, to, like... in certain times, give it a little bit of a nudge when using the flipper.
Withheld, actually, just as you were talking, had a moment where it was dangling on the edge on the right side and did a nudge to the left to keep it from falling out. So that was some cases I'm not quite sure what would happen because, the ball, it sometimes just does its own thing. But in that case, it clearly got nudged back into the field by pushing the button.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's definitely showing an advantage right here. Again, Tarantula is so miserable that I'm not sure if it'll help because it just design is so. They made some choices that I don't understand on that table. We'll get to it.
Well, I do want to
think... This one's not too bad, but...
Yeah. I want to give a shout out to the referees, by the way, who are helping to track this match. We've got Hazel Cadet 3D Pinball. Ooh, very nice. Linkura is stuck in Kuso jail. Well, you gotta jailbreak your way out of there. We've got Taven's disappointing tilt joke. Aw. Well, maybe your tilt joke will be good one day. I don't know. There's always tomorrow. Redford really needs some more drop targets. We'll try to order a few for you. And Okami's 3D orbs are rolling around the pinball table. Put those orbs away, Okami. They don't belong here. Now, remember, this table is a little less important than the second one. Coming in last, yeah, if you come in last on this table and first on the next one, that gives you a total of 9 points. And technically, it's still, if the it's a huge advantage. I'm trying to think why. I don't know. You do want to get a good score on this table, but the second table is really going to make up a lot of points. I mean, 8 total points for the second table. If you come in last on this one, there is a good chance to move up in the rankings because whoever came in first could potentially only get come in last. They would get 4 points for this table, 2 points for the second table, giving them a total of 6. Whereas last on this one and first on the second table, that's a total of 9 points. So, yeah, learn a little bit how this game works, and then hopefully you can apply what you learned in the second half of the match.
Right. I'm hoping the players aren't too discouraged. Again, part of the reason why I did the scoring system that I did, other than, like I said, the wonky, non-comparable part, and the fact that the real Kuso lies in that last table, is the I figured it would give the players a boost that they would realize, what, that didn't feel good, but I'm getting to start fresh on the next one. This is where it really matters.
Yeah.
That felt like the right thing to do for me on this.
Oh, Taven is noting that Wizard Man tonight on the bottom left had a couple good runs with the first 2 balls, and then third ball went straight in the hole. Yeah, welcome to the tragedy that is pinball. Pinball might have been a mistake, actually. Oh, withheld, no! Well, honestly, yeah, I like that design because it means that even if you feel like you didn't click with the first table, maybe the second table will click a little bit more for you, you know. But if you do well on the first table, then you don't necessarily need to come in first in order to take it all. You know, it gives you a little more wiggle room, but the true nightmare is coming up, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'd love to ask them to crank the music, but I'm pretty sure they're already on a cautious.
I mean, I can crank the music. Like, that's on my end.
Well, I'll let you do it when we get to that table. Again, that's the one where like it's really blatantly obvious. Yeah, no, I was reading somebody talking about how it happened, and I guess there was something with the values of the sound instruments that went awry, and so it didn't change the instruments themselves like happened with Ichiroan. Just kind of swapped in the wrong instrument somehow, but the actual tones themselves, those ended up being different than what they were supposed to be. And so it sounds like it's very out of tune.
This music already sounds like it's out of tune. Like,
oh yeah, no.
So if this is the good song,
this is the good song.
Oh no. Well, everybody, welcome to life.
I was looking for what Flannel Cat scored something really good. I was trying to find what it was.
The weird thing is that I have a hard time finding any information about this game.
It is extremely rare. Yeah, I was looking for bad pinball games.
Yeah.
And again, I was trying to find bad pinball like it's like normal pinball, but they did something really bad with the design setup. And this came up on one of the lists I was looking at, and I tried it out, and I was like, oh, perfect.
Mind you, one of the people who worked on the music was Mark Cooksey. Yeah. Y'all, you know who this is, right? If I'm not mistaken, like, was Loom in the list there? Okay. Ramparts, Jackal, Old Games, Going Up, Mighty Bomb Jack for Amiga, Dragon's Lair for NES, Joe and Mac Caveman Ninja, Bart vs. the Space Mutants for Genesis. That's right, that came up recently. Dragon's Lair The Legend, some Addams Family games. Like, legit worked. Oh, Tasmania for Game Boy. Oh, Cool Spot for Game Boy. Oh, Lemmings 2, The Tribes for Game Boy. Pinball Fantasies for Super Nintendo. Now, that one I think had great music, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have anything to begrudge the composer. Whatever happened was not the composer's fault on this. By the way, you have a minute.
Yes. And I will pause the timer, and then I will cancel. Wizard Man is just sitting there.
I don't think we're going to get a higher score at this point, but let's see.
Yeah, Wizard Man just chilling right now. I mean, considering LM Motos is at 9.1 million points and has moved into the lead. Is that right? Was Motos playing?
Yeah,
that's
there we go.
Huge.
That's
what a jump into the lead. 9,183,500 points. That is a very clear lead.
I believe Elamotas figured out how to do the spelling the word in a way. I think it was the flannel cat strategy, which I'd have to watch the replay to be sure because I was trying to concentrate on everyone at once, and you know, but that looked like maybe that's what was happening, which caused the big score jump for the last round. So you could cut it.
Okay.
All right.
There we go. That is the end of match 2. Okay, so at this point, Lone Fire is guilty. No! Nah, so the placements here, LM Motos got first and gets 4 points for this specific table. Withheld in second. Wizardman Tonight in third. Lone Fire in fourth. They don't know how they did compared to everybody else, but those are the scores. So time to bring up the second table, and then as soon as they are over, I will do our second countdown. Okay, so just waiting for withheld, and then I will do the countdown. Okay, perfect. Is there anything that they need to change here?
Nope.
Okay, perfect. Good luck to the players. Everybody spam more balls. We can't have enough balls here. Okay, let's do the countdown. Best of luck to the players. And as soon as I see movement, I will start our timer. And here we go, Tarantula.
All right. Crank the music if you could.
All right, let me go ahead and get this adjusted.
Oh no, I'm already watching what's going on here. Yeah, so this just this puts everything on the bottom in such a way that you have to hit targets at an angle that they're not it's not angled in such a way you can really aim. And there's sort of a useless paddle to the left side there, which is what's making it it just doesn't help. So
yeah,
getting a high score on this is much harder. This just feels Kuso to play. I don't know if I'm getting across how much it does. You might need to watch for a bit to understand, but this match it's going to get a lot.
I dislike all of this. Please feed me. No, spider, go away. We don't want you to be fed. Or do we? Is the tarantula our pet? Terror, poison. First off, it's venom. Stupid pinball table can't even get the type of deadly substance correct. A second, does it actually matter if there's a difference between poison and venom? Like, they both kill in similar methods. Like, who cares? And, like, when it comes to words, why not just use the word that gets the idea across right, huh? Actually, it's venom, not poison. That's me right now. Ugh. Gross. Web. Thing. Terror. Lair. Such good words here. Like,
yeah,
they're so generic.
On the top of the table, there's an arrow, right? Do you see above Tarantula, there's like a little arrow. You're supposed to, one of the things you're supposed to do is use your little side bumper thing to hit on that arrow. It is extremely hard to hit along that arrow. It's just kind of mocks you the entire time you try to play it. I don't think anyone's even really tried for it yet. It's just, even getting to that point is really hard.
We're 2 minutes in. Like, I don't know if anybody's even tried to kiss the tarantula. Can you, please? Oh my gosh. One of the, I saw on Motos' screen, like, it shot the ball straight down, straight down into the hole, but somehow Motos didn't lose the ball there. That was a cruel move by the game.
So, yeah,
Is the music crispy enough for you, chat? You love it yet?
I was waiting for chat's reaction on this.
The bass is a little loud. Yeah, I wouldn't say this is the crunchiest GBA game that I've heard, but it's pretty crunchy, and the speed of the music is inconsistent. Ooh. Wizardman getting an A. Motos, by the way, off to a very solid start here, over 1 million points. Yeah, as you said, the point scale is very different on this table. That tends to be the case with pinball. The score on one table in no way corresponds to a score on another table at all.
Right. And if they do end up with a tie on points, I'm okay with that's the case where now the first table has a little more significance. It's fine. Yeah.
Why the crap does the ball just sometimes bounce in the middle where the hole normally is? It just bounces there.
Yeah, there's nothing there. I don't understand it either. It's magic. The table is magic.
And then sometimes it just goes straight down.
Yeah. So, like, this, if you look on GameFAQs, there is one review of this, and they gave it a 9 out of 10. But they're reviewing I don't think they're reviewing this table. I think they're reviewing Theorem. Because, like you said, that's actually a legit table even on the Game Boy Advance. And, I would probably, I've never seen this card, like, it's super rare, but I would get this for playing Gyro. I think that table's fine. I would not touch this for fun. It just, something was off when they did this one. I don't know what happened. It's like how the music is actually kind of fine, sort of, but also not.
Yeah, there is a review, a French review of this, and they're like, you know, there have been a lot of pinball releases on the GBA lately, so fans of pinball can rejoice. But this one, unfortunately, falls a little short. There are 3 pinball tables. Unfortunately, 3 pinball tables isn't enough, especially when they're as poorly designed as those in Pinball Advance. For those clever folks who think they'll just unlock more, I regret to inform you that they'll be sorely disappointed, as this feature wasn't even included in the cartridge. Wait, can you unlock more on the PC version?
So I think maybe they're just expecting that as a thing.
Possibly. Let's see. The first thing that strikes you when playing the game is the pervasive darkness of the levels. Is that the first thing that strikes me? How about the pervasive, just blandness of the levels? It's just bland.
Mm-hmm. Matas managed to get the arrow hit, by the way. I was looking, he was getting close, so.
Ooh, okay. I mean, 4,700,000 points so far. Definitely doing a good push, though Wizardman had a push of 6.4 million already.
Wizardman wasn't
the music's starting to hurt chat. Suffer, chat! Suffer with me! As for the animation, the developers could have done better. Whatever. It's a metal ball. You don't need to animate a metal ball. The flippers are fine. I don't care. The animation's fine. Okay, like, yeah, you could have had more actually going on in the table, because it's bland. Mm-hmm. But so I'm not here for the animation. I'm here for pinball. Okay, except for certain moments when the ball accelerates sharply on the ramps, it remains relatively slow throughout the entire match. This is Google translated, so don't worry too much. Music heard throughout the game is absolutely awful. The sound quality is non-existent. The result is very muddy. The stereo mix was completely ignored, or messed up, as we found out. So all the instruments blend together, giving the whole thing a rather dirty sound. This is regrettable, especially in a pinball game where the audio atmosphere is very important for the proper appreciation of the title. Yeah, they complain about how wide the distance is between the flippers at the bottom, which I don't think it's as bad as some real pinball tables that I've seen, but it's bad. So it's hard to launch your ball correctly on the first try. Apparently, if you hold down the launch button for too long and then don't release it at the right moment, the spring will suddenly snap. Then you have to press the button again to retension the mechanism. So it takes several attempts to actually launch. Yeah, they're saying, I think that if it had been released a few months earlier, it might have been more successful with the fans of this genre. Unfortunately, other games have been released on the GBA, and not just any games. Muppet Pinball Mayhem, for example. I don't know that game.
I don't either. That's...
Apparently, this reviewer likes Muppet Pinball Mayhem a lot. Meekins, thank you so much for rating. And Ubi, thanks for gifting a sub to Meekin. I think that I missed Good Guy rating as well earlier. Many thanks, all you friends.
So I don't remember Flannel Cat's score, but it was not as high as LM's is right now. It was something around like 6 million, I think.
Yeah,
So,
LM has a very good chance of sweeping first place for both tables here.
Yeah,
I'm not too surprised. LM, is a solid player. I don't know his experience with pinball, but maybe he does have some experience that I didn't know about.
The big score came from, again, that one miserable shot you have to do where you're aiming with that for that arrow, and it's just so finicky. It's again hard to convey, why a piece of gameplay is bad when you're just watching it, but I can tell you that shot is far too finicky for this game. You can do it, but it is just not consistent at all, and it's really what you need to do if you're actually going to get into that score range of 19 million whatnot. So
yeah.
You can see I tried to do the shot kind of, but it didn't work that time because it has to be like perfectly aligned to even get in there.
Who made this game? Spidersoft Limited? Oh, they became Rockstar, or part of Rockstar. Okay, it was founded in 1992, and then studio was bought by Take-Two Interactive and renamed to Tarantula Studios after the table. Oh my gosh. So it eventually just got completely absorbed into Take-Two's UK subsidiaries, and then eventually became part of Rockstar Lincoln. And they only focused on Rockstar games after that. And it seems like they were mostly there for testing purposes. I mean, you've got, this studio worked on LA Noire, which I love, GTA 5, which is great, Red Dead Redemption 2, fantastic. But their earliest games, we've got, Poker Face Paul's Cribbage. Watch out for Poker Face Paul, he's gonna get you. Speedball 2, Brutal Deluxe. Wait, Chuck Rock on Genesis and Amiga? Hook on Super Nintendo? Oh, what? Really? Maybe not the Super Nintendo version. It's gotta be something else, right? Genesis?
Do not know.
Game Gear? I think it was the Game Gear version. Okay, there we go. I'm recognizing those names. They did Game Gear Hook, which I did not know existed. And then a lot of pinball games. Actually, a lot of pinball games. Pinball Mania, Pinball World, Pinball Arcade, Pinball Dreams 2.
Yeah, their actual normal pinball games for computer are fine. It's this one converted to Game Boy Advance with some questionable choices on top. It is what the problem was. So.
Yeah, and it does seem like the Muppet game that I was talking about, the Muppet Pinball Mayhem, was released earlier in the same year and got okay reviews. Actually, in some cases, lower reviews than the game that we're watching. But Joe Video, which is the site that reviewed this game in French, definitely liked the Muppet Pinball game a lot more. And who can blame them? I might have to try that out.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. That's interesting. I mean, I do like video pinball, but I haven't played a ton of them, so I can't say every single kind of pinball what's good and what's bad on different platforms. So.
Yeah, well, it's like, you know, specifically pinball tables generally have a story that goes with them, and you know, it's more than just hit a ball around a table. There are quests, there are things to do, there are missions oftentimes to complete, and overall there is an end game for a lot of the tables, the overall objective that you're trying to do. And this game, you know, it came out 2002, an era where all of this stuff had been done before with pinball tables, and from what I'm seeing here, it misses every mark for what makes an outstanding table. Like, it's just generic, hit letters in order to spell words. Guess what? I can spell in school, nerd. I don't need to play pinball to learn how to spell. Wizardman tonight, you got the question marks. You gotta hold. Okay, hold that ball, I guess, and then bounce right off the middle of the hole. That's cool. Yeah, the randomness of getting a ball hold as well is a little bit odd. Usually you want to have some sort of, like, knowable method to actually get a hold so you can get the multi-ball in pinball, but I haven't seen any tangible way to do that consistently except through the random spinner on the right side of the table.
So Daredevil actually has multi-ball in it, and it's actually a really good multi-ball. It's got enough, you can get it like enough balls on the screen at once that the screen will lag even.
Oh, yeah.
But that makes it better. I don't know what to say. Yeah, it's like they put all their work onto that one, and then, Are you familiar with Epic Pinball?
Is that the one with... Is that Balls of Steel?
I believe that was one of the versions. It was called Balls of Steel.
I did play the version Balls of Steel. I believe that I also bought it on Steam so that I have a way to play it. Yeah, I like that a lot. Ooh, LM Notas purposefully tilting in order to hurry and get a game over. Good. Yeah, you can do it straight from the start menu if you want, but whatever. Might as well figure out how long the game takes to tilt. Antidotee.
The one I really like out of that collection is called Enigma. That's, I think, at the 8th out of 8 tables. Probably if you bought the Balls of Steel collection on Steam, I think it's on there. It's
it
really
has
interesting.
5 tables on there. I don't recall Enigma, but it might be on that.
It's got, like, it was an empty board to start with, and, like, you go through stages where stuff rises up from the board. So it's very much a fantasy table in terms of it does things like no real table can do. But it ends up being, like, fascinating how it, like, because it doesn't use...
Oh my god, I'm looking at the art for this. This looks so camp. I love it.
Yeah, so it does... I mean, there's pinball games where it's like Devil Crush or something, where like there's definitely just fantasy elements, like they put in monsters or something that walk around the board. But what I like about that one is it feels like it's a straight pinball, like this. But it's just, imagine if you had really expensive machinery in your cabinet that was able to do things you normally couldn't do in a real cabinet for money. Like, you'd probably build one, but it would cost $1 million, so nobody's going to.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I love that. Like, it looks so hideous. Yeah, I have not played Enigma. I'd be down to try it though. Like, looks are somewhat important. Like, aesthetics. Pinball is very much about aesthetics, but if the gameplay itself is good and interesting and different from what you get every day with pinball, it's worth trying. I'd give it a shot. Oh, it looks like Motos may have gotten an antidote to prevent you from losing your ball when it falls down in the hole, I think. Yeah, at this point, like, Motos is certainly in the lead here. Wizardman tonight in second, Withheld in third, Lone Fire in fourth. This is her first Kusogrande, and this is a genre that we don't have very often in Kusogrande, so, you know, you never really know what you're going to get. Sometimes you're going to have a very crunchy-sounding pinball table that honestly could have used something called inspiration, we'll say.
Yeah. No, the two they vetoed, neither one was actually what I'd call a normal game at all. Neither one is really typical for Kuso, so they're going to get something atypical no matter what. I think, why would I have pulled out had this one gotten vetoed? I probably would have gotten out. I've got a TRS 80 game on tap still for a really that's a nuke though. That's an actual nuke. That is for. So if anybody's a big fan of that, it's. I don't know. I was really surprised that I got this one, the 2 vetoes in a row, so we got up to here.
That's no. Okay. I see, I'm looking at Moby Games right now. So the people who are credited on this game, a lot of them were also credited on the game's Medal of Honor Underground, which we've had on Kusogrande. Oh, we've had that. Midnight Club Street Racing, which we had maybe a week or two ago. Very, very recently, and that was bad. That was very, very bad. Yeah, this studio has put out some crap. And the thing is, the way that you can tell that it's going to be crap before you even need to play the game is you look at the credits. If there are like 10 different roles and the top 2 roles are CEO and CTO, you know that it's going to be a bad game. I'm sorry, but
that's an interesting. You're right. Yeah, I never even thought of it that way. But yeah, that tends to be the what makes it really questionable is when you have that.
Yeah, when management cares more about themselves than the game, that's when. I'm sorry. Credit the people who worked on the game. Management, you're getting paid the big bucks. You don't like. Maybe you can have your name at the bottom of the credits instead of the top, okay? Mm-hmm. Put your producer at the top instead of number 3, huh? And the lead programmer, who I don't know if they worked on anything else, is credited as PP. Like the letters PP. PP worked on this game. This game is PP's.
I see Withheld's really been trying hard to do the arrow shot, but I don't know if she's even got it once. Maybe she has. I mean, I've been watching it her screen 100% of the time, so trying again. Just keeps missing. It's so hard to do.
Yeah, because it's PP. That's what I gotta say about this game. Oh my god.
You got it once, okay.
Who got
so
what?
She did get it. Yeah, no, it's clearly like Wizard Man is also trying to get it and has gotten it. Like it's lit up. So people know that shot's what you're supposed to be doing, but yeah, it just does not like you the way it's angled. You can't really do it consistently.
Yeah, it's like maybe with enough practice, since the physics are actually kind of okay for this. With enough practice, you might be able to, but who wants to practice this? I don't.
Yeah, it was. Again, I was really looking for something where the physics actually seemed fine. Like it wasn't like the ball was. I mean, I could find like Atari 2600 pinball or something where it's like it's not even physics at all. But I didn't really want a game like that.
Trust me, we're never having an Atari pinball game on Kusogrande, and now that I say that, I may have cursed us, but so many of them are just clones of each other. Considering that, like, especially for like the Atari 8-bit systems, there was a company that made a pinball maker, and you can find every sort of table, including crudely drawn women table, crudely, whatever. Yeah, let's just say that, like, it is so crudely drawn that it might not be banned on Twitch.
That's one way to keep from getting banned. Make your art ugly enough that you can't tell what you're looking at. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, look, if you can have like Heavy Rain on Twitch, you could have that like 5-year-old drawing of a naked woman as a pinball table. That's probably fine.
Oh my goodness. Well, I've still been having a good time watching this, at least. It's just...
Oh, yeah, it's like, honestly, I love how much Motos blew the score away and has gotten nowhere close again. Nowhere. Not even within, like 30% of his high score. It's just amazing.
Right, yeah, like I said, Flannel Cat never got anywhere near that score, and I don't think she stuck with it. I think she might have played it like a whole hour or something, or maybe it was less because it was painful enough, but she put in a really good effort, and, you know, I mean, she wins, like, real tournaments and real pinball regularly, so yeah. It's for anyone who doesn't know, yeah, Flannel Cat is our resident pinball expert in the GMs, so if you actually have something that's pinball related to test, it usually goes to her. So.
By the way, thank you so much, Bonus Lizard, for coming in here and raiding. We welcome raids of all sizes, and it's great to have you here. I hope you enjoy this crappy music, because whatever, this is what we've got. Like, the musician definitely makes better music than this. It's just they PP messed up programming the music, okay? Just blame PP.
Yeah, I saw a technical description at one point, and I could not find it again when I pulled this game up, but I prepped this at the start of Kusogrande 8.
Oh, which was so long ago.
Eons ago.
That was like 20 years ago.
Times. So I could not find it anymore, and I was like, okay, it's okay. But yeah, no, it was something went wonky with they thought they had a Wonder Woman version of the sound, and then they didn't bother to fix it. So, you know, I'm sure the CEOs that got credited on the top there, they just said, you know, well, it's good enough, let's ship it now.
You know, maybe they should be at the top of the credits because they made that choice. Yeah. You know what?
It does really feel like a CEO decision, though, is the reason why we had the music sounding the way it does.
Jason Kingsley, it's your fault. Huh? Oh, great. Yeah, you're still a CEO. Fine. Of Rebellion Developments. Okay, yeah, the games that made some of the later Battlezone games, you're probably still putting yourself at the top of all the credits as CEO, aren't you? Adamfall, yep, right at the top, because why not? Along with Chris Kingsley, you pair, like, put yourselves under everybody, lift your workers up, okay? PP worked hard on this game. And should be right at the top of the credits. PP worked
Okay,
hard.
we're down to 2 minutes, it looks like.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Thank God. Let's see if anybody else is able to get a better score than what they have. See, there we go, the credits. Jason Kingsley. I've got some words to say to you. First off, let's see if PP shows up. Lead programmer, PP! I told you! I wasn't making it up! It's PP! Yeah, thank you for moving the mouse, Wizardman, tonight. He saw, I think they saw PP and knew. I gotta make sure PP's visible.
It's important.
Yeah, this pinball table sucks. I gotta be honest. I don't like this.
Yeah, I think everybody's more or less. Well, I'm still trying, except the ball just went whoosh. I think that's it, probably.
I love that your flipper blocks some of ball saved, so it looks like all save. Is this like... It's like Christianity. Okay, I'm gonna change this back so I don't accidentally have the music too loud for future matches. There we go. That's better.
I'm glad you got to share the music with everybody. That was important. And
Sure.
also, time.
Heck yeah, everybody, that is indeed time. Throw your hands in the air because now you can uncover your ears and time for us to figure out exactly the scores here because we do have a little bit of an odd scoring metric here. Whoever came in first for the first table, Jailbreak, gets 4 points. Second gets 3, third gets 2, fourth gets 1. After that, for Tarantula, first gets 8, second gets 6, third gets 4, and fourth gets 2.
I think it's pretty clear who won, though, because they got first both times.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Lone did come in last for both of the tables, so we've got fourth there. It's just between, well, that means that Withheld and Wizardman are the two. Ooh, because Wizardman took first in took second in Tarantula. That's 6 points. Plus the 2 from Jailbreak, that's 8. Withheld, 4 plus 3, that's a total of 7. Wizardman tonight gets second place, Withheld third. Those are our places. LM Motos is our victor today. Let me go ahead and welcome Motos to join. I like that LM Motos is like Jailbreak better, but Tarantula way better music. Right. LM Motos, join General Voice. If you want, I would love to talk about this game if they would like. Oh, shoot. I want to talk to Motos. Hello there, Motos, and congratulations! I win!
Congratulations. It doesn't feel like a win.
Yeah, let's just say that I had a few complaints about this game. Mostly that PP was not the top person on the credits.
I didn't get to look at the credits yet.
Well, I mean, I think if you hit start, you can go to the... Can you just go to the credits from there? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know how we saw the credits. Oh, select. There you go. Yeah, of course, whenever you see a CEO as the top person credited, you know that this game is probably not going to be the best.
No.
Yeah. So, tell me, lead programmer, there we go, PP. I don't know who PP is, and I think that we need to discover that one day. But Okay, tell me about this game. What do you think of Pinball Advance for the Game Boy Advance?
You know, as a pinball game, I don't think it's terrible. It's passable. The music could, and the sound effects could definitely use a facelift.
Yeah, the music for Tarantula specifically got corrupted in some way. Like, legitimately, that's not how it's supposed to sound.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna say it, like, I don't know what the scores for each board were yet, but Jailbreak, I felt like I knew what I was doing. I was going for what I knew would be 1,000,000 points each time. Tarantula, that was a complete fluke. I have no clue how I made that happen.
Yeah, you got 19 million. The next highest on Tarantula was 6.47 million. Like, you had about triple what the next score was.
When I saw the layer was open, I'm like, okay, I gotta get in there. And then, like, I just kept getting in there. So I was like, okay, we'll just keep doing it. I don't know what the flipper at the top was supposed to do for you either, because I could never seem to get it to do anything for me.
I mean, what, you don't like upper flipper? Upper flipper's always good. Up flipper, it's good.
We were actually halfway through Jailbreak before I noticed there were upper flippers on Jailbreak.
I love it. Honestly, for Jailbreak, you were behind for a decent amount of it, but then suddenly you had that 9 million score. I saw that. I was like, is that real? Is that what we're seeing here? I think that was your last attempt that you got a really high score or something like that.
I actually had an extra ball that I had to drain real quick because the judges told us it would not count unless you'd finish the play. So the timer was coming down. I could have, I had an extra ball. I could have gotten even higher on that run.
Oh my God. You know what? Pro strat there, knowing it's time to end this because time is almost up. Let's just go ahead and tilt, get the ball down. Bam. Decent idea there. Yeah, so I would say that, like, the table design definitely needs some work because it's uninspired, especially for 2002. Like, what story do we have? Oh, Jailbreak. There's cops. Let's spell cops. All you did was spell. That's what this game was, spelling for babies.
Yeah, now I'd have to ask the game master, was there a reason we didn't play the third board?
Yeah, because it's good.
Or at least better.
You know, it's legitimately good. Daredevil actually is fun. It has a really cool multi-ball. You can get like so many balls going at once that it lags the game. I mean, it generally is like amazing, like that with that going. They basically spent all their work on that table, and then they forgot to do any work on the other two, I guess, is what happened. So, yeah.
Yeah, you can definitely see that being on the GBA did not help it because you're fighting the camera. Like, if you could see the whole board at the same time, it would definitely be way easier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was there anything like redeemable? I think that we talked about the physics, that the physics actually work pretty well in this game. Like, you can tell that the developers in that way and the programmer PP like knew what they were doing when it came to physics.
Yeah, I mean, the problem I have with it is the same problem I have with a lot of pinball games. Is like sometimes the side drains feel very unfair as to whether the ball is gonna slide in there or not.
I feel like Tarantula, the middle drain, was unfair as well. Why did it keep bouncing off?
I have no clue, but it saved me one time. It bounced all the way out.
It saved everybody like 50 times, but every once in a while it just slid right in for no good reason. I don't know.
Yeah, it was. I'm not sure what was going on with that one, but yeah, my goal was to find something that basically played like actual pinball, just with Kuso. You know, like actual Kuso pinball design, and not because it adds in some weird fantasy element that makes it Kuso. So I don't know if I succeeded in that, but that was my aim for this one.
Yeah. Do you think that this was appropriate for Kusogrande?
You know, this is like the third or fourth Kusogrande I've played in, and I've watched quite a bit of it.
Yeah.
and played at GDQ, the Kuso Live.
I'm so glad. Yeah.
I don't. It's not. That's the thing. It's not terrible. I would play the rest of the game.
Okay. Yeah, I think that like people who do a lot of pinball probably nitpick this a lot more. I do think that there are aspects that make this bad, but just because it's bad doesn't mean that you can't have fun with it, you know? And like I think that we all can agree that certain things are like stupid or hurt my ears, but you know, I've played plenty of those games to completion, and I have genuine fun with some of them. So, you know, good that you enjoyed it. I don't think this is the first pinball game that I would go and play, though.
No, for sure not, and for sure not at full volume. I think none of us had our volume turned up. On our end.
We cranked it up on ours.
I'm sorry to the viewers.
I'm not. We could have turned it louder. We could have made you suffer. Well, Motos, you know, you've done a lot with GDQ lately. I see you there every year, like helping out, volunteering. It's great. What about right now? Do you do streams on your own channel? Or if not, anything that you want to plug? Any games that you've been loving lately?
I've actually started, Unbeatable brought me back to streaming a little bit, at least my practicing of it, and I'm prepping some submissions for GDQ of Owendon for the DS, so Owendon 2 actually, and Elite Beat Agents.
Ooh.
So we'll see how that goes. I'll have to start streaming that soon because my extra capture carded DS came in, so I feel like I can use my capture card more often now that it's not the only one that I have.
Yeah, sweet. Well, good. So prepping submissions, hopefully those go well. I do want to submit some stuff for SGDQ. I'll be there again. It's kind of required at this point in my life. Well, sweet. What about you, Omega Number? Anything that you'd like to plug or anything that you've been enjoying lately? Omega Number, are you here? You're muted. Your mic is muted. I see muted on Discord. Okay, I guess we're done. Cool! Well, thanks everybody for watching Kusogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We will have more matches this weekend. I hope that you all enjoyed it. Otherwise, we're going to go ahead and raid Skybills, who is currently streaming some Lost Level Skybills. Again, longtime GDQ runner, host, and a good friend. Otherwise, do we have any good raid messages here? Do we want to raid...
Still hungry?
Ooh, still hungry? Blame PP? That's something that I said. I think still hungry sounds good because I'm hungry. Yeah, still hungry. Go ask Skybills if she is still hungry, and we will apologize if she is. Okay, everybody, take care. I'll see you this weekend. Other than that, have a great time. Bye! See ya, LM. See ya, Motos. Sorry, LM. Yeah, sure. Bye!